Hey everyone, today I'll be bringing you a mod spotlight video for Minecraft. In it, we're going to be talking about More Enchantments. Hopefully this is going to become a new series on my channel in which I just go through a singular mod, reviewing it, seeing if it's good for the game, if I like it, which I'll probably more review if I do like it. And I'll just be explaining in more detail than if I were to do a general mod one, which I might also do. So this one is only for fabrics. If you have forge, you can't use this. It's obviously for the current version at the moment, not for the latest snapshot or anything like that. We'll be looking through these 7 enchantments and seeing what they do, if it can be used with other enchantments. It's just seeing how well it fits into the base game basically. It will be done in cuts, so it will cut from me speaking now to next one, to the next one, to the next one, until it's finished. I'll also be putting time frames in said video, so that so that basically you can click on a certain time frame in the description and it'll bring you to the veining enchantment or to the timber enchantment. So you'd have to listen to my voice through the entire video with this annoying buzzing sound, which is too due to my mic. So I'll see you then. The first enchantment we've got is Veining, which goes to 3 levels. It's simple, all it does is for higher the level, the more blocks are broken and once the more vein blocks. So from this or that, anything what has a vein. Vein 1 would perhaps not break all of this, but vein 3 will. That's the difference between the levels. All of these don't work with Fortune 3 unfortunately, from what I've used of them they haven't. But they do work with Silk Touch in terms of procs what drop different things from the ores, from the vein ores, not like iron what has to be smelted, which makes Silk Touch sort of useless with it. But if we get them both, you see veining for that one. You get 12 blocks as you'd expect, all gone in one. Makes it quite simple to get rid of them annoying ore veins in the caves, especially coal, anything like that. Like if you go and you just mine it, you get a shit ton of coal. The only thing is, I think this might negate the amount of coal you could possibly get from, like, because when you mine you sometimes get 2 in like a coal block. It might not be like that if you use this enchantment from what I think, but I could also be wrong. But if we use a Silk Touch with the veining on a normal coal block, it gives you coal ore in its ore form, which can help with storage, as most you already know, and it helps just make it so much easier to collect coal and to collect all the veins which annoy you around the map when you have to mine most of them. I think it'll be specifically useful for coal and just to make the playthrough a bit quicker if you get bored at earlier stages of Minecraft, which I tend to do. The next one is Timber, which also has a level of 3. It can only be applied to the axe, and what it simply does is that it's similar to veining as getting rid of whole vein blocks, but it's with trees. Now I don't obviously have a tree, but it works with like solo log blocks. It doesn't have to be a tree. So this is oak logs, and it just simply gets rid of them, like you'd expect it to do with like vein. So you go over, you want to mine, boom, you've got the amount what was in that tree or in your hand. Makes it simpler to mine trees if you need like sticks in an urgent situation or a crafting table. I believe this won't really have much use for many people, considering by the time you might be able to get timber it would be quite useless. It's still a good enchantment to have, but I feel like it'd be useless in like a proper survival world. The next enchantment is Alpha Fire, which is the rarest out of all of these, but also I believe the best one. I feel like it is actually quite good enchantment into the game, even though most people might call it cheating. But what Alpha Fire basically is auto smelt items that can be smelted in like a furnace, blast furnace or smoker, and it gives XP from that smelting to you, so it gains your XP pure through just mining normal blocks like these. Now this can be used on a pickaxe, an axe and a shovel, excluding what tools like for horse shears, and it is only one. It doesn't have up to 3 levels. It's like Silk Touches and it only has 1, and let's simply get into it. So we get all 3 of them. You'd mine like you normally would, and as you see I'm getting XP from getting said procs, but I'm also getting the raw smelted iron ingots instead of, you know, the iron procs that I would wear to smelt. With an axe it would give you charcoal. If you use it on like wood, it gives you other items that correspond with our axe usage, what can also be smelted, and with like sand with a shovel, it gives you a grass. I feel like it's very useful for like where cutting time down in terms of late game, if you just want to get an item but you don't want to go through the process of like smelting. The next enchantment we'll be looking at is Familiarity, which can be used on an axe and a sword. What this basically means is that it prevents the tool words on axe or sword for it to attack all tamed pets. So if you have this, you can not attack your pet accidentally and maybe turn them hostile towards you, and then which would obviously be a bad thing. So let's have it. I've also got a normal one to see the difference. So can't attack this pet whatsoever. Then I move to this and I can murder, I can attack the pet all I want. With axe, well, swinging it, nothing happens. Give axe, then cat dies. So I feel like this one's just a bit of a safety precaution. I don't think it's that hard to get, and I reckon it would just be easier to get it, so that if you ever do use pets in Minecraft, or you want to water pets in Minecraft but you always hit them because they're in your way or something, get this mod so with this enchantment, so that you never attack your animals, they'll always just be there with you. The next enchantment is Curse of the End, which obviously, as it being a curse one, is one we don't want, but I still have to show it all the same. It has 1 to 3 levels, like a few of them beforehand, and it's soul for armor, for all armor pieces. Now what Curse of the End does will hopefully be shown on screen for 3 different levels. Now let me equip this armor. So I've all this has Curse of the End 3 on it. Now let's get attacked. So we'll go in here where there's some skeletons waiting. Oh, look at me, and we see how I get teleported. They're all attacking each other. Yeah, this ain't supposed to happen, but what it did show is I got attacked in the first end. At the first attack, and it teleports me all around the place. If I look away, so that one actually teleported me outside the other side of the finger, but it's still within 8 blocks. This enchantment is called Imbued. It has 10 levels opposed to the normal 3, and it's a good reason why it has 10. And it uses the sword and axe as the tools it can be used on. And it's quite good, I believe, what Imbued does. if a splash potion is used on or near you, so it's basically the effects applied to you when it's being thrown, it will imbue the weapon where you're holding to the sword of axe, for 5 seconds, as it says here, with the effects of the potion thrown at you, so poison. It will have to be in the main hand of offhand, not hotbar, so it will have to be here or here. It can be there. It can be just in your hotbar ready to use. You have to be using it. The reason it's 10 levels, as I mentioned before, a good reason is that after you've used this effect for 5 seconds as a charge, as it imbues it, that is 1 charge, and therefore it'll go from 10 to 9, then from 9 to 8 to 7, and basically that's it. It can be used for bad ones, like the poisoned ones I'm using, or the good ones like invisibility, or anything for like weapons, I believe, even though I haven't tried it out myself. But if we collect them all, like we're doing right now, where we just eat an enchanted gold apple, if I go in here where I've put out a shit ton of villagers, put this in my offhand, throw a potion down, I've hurt a lot, but my sword is now imbued with poison until he's hurting more now, because I hit him with it. I've like given him poison pure through the sword. When we eat one of these to try and get my health back up, and it stays for a relatively an alright time. You see what the poison is gonna go from me, the sword, and this at the same time. So you just have to wait until it disappears. There you go, it's gone. It don't look like it's gone down, but believe me, it will. I believe it should happen. And if you do the same with your shovel, it works. With your axe, it does it the same way. So you see these ones are back. That one's now got poison, as you can see, as he runs around, because I've just randomly stabbed him with an axe. But that one I think is quite good, because if you're playing, let's say, a friendly PvP server with like your mate, and you like want to fight each other, if they throw a splash potion towards you, you can sort of use that against them by having their effects used on themselves because of your weapon. Finally, the last enchantment is Soulbound, which you, as you've seen is the one before, it's 10 levels with a similar reason as to Imbued for it. This is for all. So forward we've got 1 arm item and 1 tool item, weapon / tool item. And basically what it is that items with Soulbound will stay with you after death. Similar to Imbued, when you die you lose 1 charge of Soulbound, so if it's on its 10 levels it go down to 9, etc, etc. Now you'd think that like as soon as you'd equip it you won't be able to unequip it, but no, you can just do what you want with it. It's not locked to your inventory like binding, the curse of binding is. But you see how I've got armor on and all that. If I just die, it might get rid of my armor because I died in lava, but yeah, I got everything back. I got my, to even make a better example, I've like got a dirt block with me, so like just to prove like it's not like inventory keeps is on. I lost that item, but I kept my sword and my apparently I threw away the dirt block before I died. Yeah, when you die you use the Soulbound thing, as you see it's on Soulbound 8 as opposed to 10, because I died twice taking off 2 of the charges. I quite like this, as it'd be a very late game aspect thing, where you've put so much work into armour, like making it so it's either best with like mending, protection, or with your swords or pickaxes, with also mending or silk touch your fortune 3, and you don't want to die, you don't want to lose them and die, so you get this, so if you do die they tag along with you, but it's limited, it ain't keep inventory, it ain't constant, so if it's still that aroma of you might lose your armour, but it'll be a lot less subdued with this. But what I'm going to look at right now, instead of cutting it and going on to the next bit, is I'm going to look at these final few items. So as you've got these 3 tools. One of them is alpha fire with veining on, one of them is alpha fire with timbur, and one of them is just alpha fire. Now you see these 2 iron blocks right here. If you use this, you mine the block, you mine the 2 veins, but you also get in its smelted form, so you can combine the 2 and make it a lot better. You can make it so efficient and ready to use if you've got a crafting table right there. With diamond axe, if I find a tree quick, like that tree up there, because this has got timber on it, which does the same as veining but to trees, as you can suspect, it gives you charcoal, the smelted version of wood, in a full block of just charcoal. So you can quickly get charcoal for your furnaces before you obviously have this diamond pickaxe, and it makes it that little bit simpler. What doesn't happen for what you might think, oh, if you got things what smelt as you kill them or mine them, you'd think it might work with animals. If you kill a pig, it might chop a cooked pork chop, as in like fire aspect, but just another way of having fire aspect, basically. But no, it doesn't do that, as it obviously have fire aspect. So if you kill a pig, you just get normal pork chop, you don't get it smelted or XP from smelting for food or anything like that. So it works if the sensors fire should work, and it doesn't work for one where it already has an enchantment similar to it. So we'll put these back, but that is it. I'm hoping to make this into a series, a mod series, where I go through specific mods, give you a proper detailed run on how they work, give you examples of it, and hopefully let you decide if you think this mod is worth it being in your mod list for fabric. Remember, no forge mod users allowed. It makes it sound like I hate him. You just can't use it with that. But it is. I think it might soon go on to Forge, but that also might be misinformation. So go on to Cursed Forge, where it's at, link in description. I'll find it. If you liked this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll think about doing more. See you.